Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Mr. Rowden, and this is my video vlog, if you will, of my journey and experience with dealing with OCD. I am not a doctor or a licensed therapist. I just wanted to get that clear out of the way, but just maybe what I talk about with the OCD I faced will encourage and give support to others like myself, maybe you perhaps, who are watching this video, give you encouragement and support with what you're dealing with if you also suffer from OCD. So I'll be talking about how things have been for me in the past, the kind of help and support I've received, and how I was affected during lockdown. So maybe this video or these videos will help others like you. But I thought it's very important to talk about these kind of things because some people are afraid to. But I thought that discussing it in this personal video diary channel, if you will, would be a good thing to do. For starters, my name is Benjamin Radden. I am 35 years old, and for most of my life I have suffered with chronic OCD for as long as I can remember. I didn't even know what it was at first. I just had these weird feelings in my brain. I didn't even know what they were at the time. It just seemed like I had to chase this feeling until I had a feeling of satisfaction in my brain. To some people that might seem very bizarre, and to me it also was. And from my research, there are millions of other people across the entire globe who also suffer from OCD in one form or another. To begin with, in this video, I'm going to talk about why it's no help whatsoever to tell someone to just get over it. Because I've been told that before myself in the past. Why are you doing this particular action? Why are you tapping that way? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you backtracking? Why are you repeating this movement? Because OCD, it does make you do some pretty bizarre things, at least from my experience. So more than once I have had people say, why don't you just get over it? What's the big deal? And what they don't understand is what you are currently feeling or dealing with in that moment that OCD has control over you is, if you do not do that particular action in that moment that OCD wants you to do, it feels like the end of the world. Literally, you get a sense of urgency in your head and you just have to do this particular thing at all costs. Nothing else matters. If you could get over it like that, you would. That's what I thought. If I could get over this particular feeling, this action that I was locked into, I would. But it wasn't that simple. I would have to keep doing this particular thing until that sense of relief came into my head, basically. OCD, the way it is in your brain, it can be very, very difficult to explain to someone who doesn't have it, because there are plenty of people who don't suffer from OCD whatsoever. But there are millions of people who do, some worse than others. I've had it pretty bad over the years. I know other people who also suffer from OCD just like me, or just slightly differently. But at the end of the day, their OCD, whatever it is, still drives them completely mad. So getting over it, just getting over it, is not an option. And that's the biggest problem. You're locked into this particular issue, doesn't matter what it is, and perhaps in time I will go over a few of the really bizarre and irritating things that OCD has pushed me to do. But for this one, for a starting point, yes, telling someone with severe OCD to just get over the problem they're facing caused by the OCD is not a good idea. For starters, it shows that you lack empathy for what they're dealing with. Empathy is one of the most important things that you can have when it comes to an OCD sufferer. Believe me, I know. I know what it's like to be in a situation where people just don't get it and they think you're an idiot or stupid for whatever behaviour you're doing because of your OCD, but you may be too embarrassed to say it's because of OCD. You think that they may not understand or get it and may not show you any support whatsoever, and that unfortunately does happen. But if you're going to tell someone just get over it if they're dealing with an OCD problem, don't. That is the worst thing you could say to them, or one of the worst things you could say. Even if you don't understand, maybe your best bet is to just leave them to it. And perhaps in their own time, they'll explain to you what it is they're dealing with. Anyway, I thought that might be helpful. And it is good to get things like that off your chest. Some people may not understand, but some people will. And that's the point. Until next time, dear viewer, I hope this video was helpful. Maybe you have been in my situation a few times in your life. Maybe you'd like to tell me how you were helped. In the meantime, take care everyone. Bye for now.